I noticed that Chinese people spend a lot of money on food, and I don't blame them because Chinese food is very good. This was my first time spending a holiday with the host family. I was a little bit nervous at first, but after this spring break, I found that Chinese people are very hospitable, very kind, and very welcoming to foreigners. We watched the Spring Festival Gala together, which we had learned about in my Chinese class. The most impressive part was definitely the robots. They were all over Western social media the next day. A lot of people were scared because they thought the robots were really good at fighting, but I chose to see it more as a celebration of the blend between modernity and traditional culture. Traditional kung fu arts performed by high-tech robots. I feel like China is trying to showcase to the world that a blend between traditional culture and modernity is very important. That's how I choose to see it, at least.
Yeah, Chinese people really value tradition and family, especially during Chinese New Year. They do whatever it takes to go back home with their families to celebrate together, no matter how hard it is. That's really cute, cool, and very impressive. I would really love to bring that concept back to my own family for when we celebrate the holidays in the future.
Yes, it really impressed me. In a country where life is so fast-paced and everyone is focused on working hard and earning money, they all know that when this time of the year comes, you drop everything and you go back to celebrate with the people who are closest to you. Since studying at UWC CSE is my first time coming to China, before I came here, my impression of Chinese people was a little bit different. I've always known that they're very hardworking, with kids often studying very late until midnight, adults also working very late at night, and not really having like a very good work-life balance. But I learned during the Chinese New Year break that Chinese people really appreciate the value of family. Sure, they work hard, but they also know when to spend quality time with the people closest to them.
Even if the cultures are different, there are still some universal family dynamics. I could see it in the small things, like when the dad played with the kids, or when I studied in my room and the mom would bring me coffee. So everything felt natural, authentic, and it was quite similar to home. And it just felt like we were a real family, like we were just friends. So we also wrote the full character on red paper, and we had a lot of discussion, not only about culture, but also about our own life experience. And then when the mom learned that I loved watching movies, she suggested me to watch a Chinese movie, Ninja, and we just watched it together. And then she also learned that I loved vlogging, so she started filming and vlogging our days when we were together. So we didn't do anything exceptional, but it felt very warm, and I felt very close to them.
My host family took me back with them to their hometown, Shangrao, during the Chinese New Year holiday. Even though most of the people in the family couldn't speak English, they tried to include me in everything. I tried lots of new food with them. We set off fireworks together. Even the elders gave red envelopes with lucky money to me. We don't have red envelopes during New Year back home, and I was surprised that they were so kind and so sweet to me during the whole trip. We also visited Tongbo Mountain, which is in the junction of 3 provinces. The scenery was amazing, one of the most beautiful places I've been in my whole life. Near there, we visited a Buddhist temple that was inside the top of a mountain. It was absolutely amazing. There I learned how to show respect to the different Buddhas and also how to pray and make wishes. I really felt like I connected more with my spiritual self during that time. Most Chinese people do this. And I'm not a Buddhist myself, but it's really cool to learn about different ways of living life and different cultures all over the world, and I really respect them.
The host family program taught me to appreciate the beauty of the UWC experience beyond just academics. It made me really grateful that I moved to China and got the opportunity to spend 2 weeks living as a member of a family from the country I now live in myself.
I'm really grateful for the host family program because being with a local family helps you know so much better about the culture instead of just going to museums on your own or watching YouTube videos about it. So when you're with a family, you get to know people's life, people's value, so it's just another way of studying.
Welcoming, kindness, and warmth. We followed all traditional Chinese New Year customs. Staying with my host family really motivated me to improve my Chinese so I could communicate with them or with local people. The atmosphere was so joyful and festive. I truly felt at home, and staying with my host family gave me such a deeper understanding of Chinese culture and traditional life living.